Hello everyone. So welcome back to the journey of learning health through the tarot, but only focused on one individual, so it's not the best, but this one's for Monday, May 19th, and I'm focusing on the health only. If court cards come through, they will be people assisting him or hurting him on the level of health only. Donald John Trump. Your health or lack of, May 19th, 2025. Okay. Yeah. Queen of Swords reversed. It would be a, well, on one level it's him. It's always ruining my hair. But on the level of health, this is problems with his eyes, problems with his face. He might even have a rash or something, you know. Wow. His challenge is that he's not getting enough rest. I mean, that's just one of his challenges. What am I saying? It's only one of his challenges, and he is burned out, stressed out, not able to get the rest that he needs. Even when he rests, it doesn't, well, he's restless and he can't rest, right? He's refusing to rest, I think, would be the way to put it. Yeah. Okay, so morning, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah. Now, if this is a nurse over here, actually, this would be like Nurse Ratchet. And no wonder he couldn't rest around a nurse like that. If there's a woman that's caring for him, with to have the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands reversed, woo, because this would be the opposite of loyalty. Yeah, and you know what else? She could be really seductive. And a woman who lies and isn't planning well. That's another little take on that. Okay, now for the early morning here, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So this is going in the wrong direction, but I mean, at least he's slower, I suppose. That's probably a good thing for us. But on the level of health, this is arms, because it's, you know, it's Mars in Aquarius, and that you can see when the card's upright. Notice how, like, here's a good lesson just in reading from the artwork. Notice everything's forceful, everything's forward, and all of the action is coming through the arms, right? But it's reversed, so he could have, and this would be this guy's right arm, okay? So he could be having some blocked energy in his right arm. Could be something's impinging, like he's got a problem up in his neck. I mean, we know his neck, because he's always just jutted forward, hunched over, like the lizard brain that he is. You know, limbic brain is, that's where he's coming from. Survival and transactions and what can I get? But yeah, so anyway, also, because it's Mars in Aquarius, the important thing to remember here on the level of health is we're talking about accidents and violence and nervous disorders. We know he has all of that. Now, he uses violent words. He has violent actions that he's putting out in the world, especially to us Americans, and or immigrants mostly, but still, it's not good. When we have the, let me do this way so you can see the other cards. When we have the World card coming in, it's ruled by Saturn. So this is his bones, teeth, knees, skeletal system. And it's not reversed, so I can't say like that's the big thing today. But we could read it in the sense that his travel back home has come full circle, but it's not going to get him what he wants. And if I were to venture a little further out, I don't think that plane is going to, I don't think he's going to get that plane. Okay, midday, we have the Queen of, God dang, with all these, wow. So it's all about the people around him. With the Queen of Swords reversed, on the level of health only, another nurse ratchet that maybe pokes him a little too hard, doesn't really care. I mean, this is somebody cold and ruthless and harsh, and yeah. Now, if we're looking just at health, this would be chronic imbalances. It could be trauma coming from her to his head. God. But also, it is a card that has to do with brain tumors and lower back, glutes. But most of all those chronic imbalances, and then again, you can see that Uranus, well, it's upside down, sorry, but Uranus and Aquarius. Uranus rules the nervous system. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It is the nervous system and circulatory system as well. So we have two. We have Mars in Aquarius here and Uranus in Aquarius. Now, the King of Cups reversed. This would be backed up, this would be edema, right? And because, it's typically like it's any water sign man if you're reading it that way, but it could be tummy troubles, I'm feeling. It's mostly, I would think, digestive issues, and we've gotten that before. But if this is a doctor that's working on him, or another one, because he has that little mini medical center in Air Force One, and there's a surgical unit in there too, and there's also an ambulance, at least one, that goes with him in the motorcade. Yeah. So this could be a man that is usually more careful and caring and nurturing as a doctor, or as a healthcare practitioner, and but when it comes to reversed, not. I mean, this would be an untrustworthy, bad doctor who's possibly possibly an alcoholic or addicted himself, but somebody emotionally unstable. And she is really wanting to, I don't know. I wouldn't want that one near me either. Okay. Later in the evening, wow. So, Five of Swords and holy moly. Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Five of Swords, we have, because it's ruled by Venus in Libra, this is wanting to be on top of everything, but his deepest inner conflicts are up, and he just wants to, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He wants to win. He wants to be on top. This is our card for bullies and predators and people who just love to fight, but it's defeat. So yeah, it's worse upright, of course, than reversed. So I don't know if he's going to suffer some humiliation this evening. Maybe. I mean, he is. That's a reading I should do, is to see really how many people are for him, because we're not getting the truth on the news, I don't think. Oh, and I wonder how many people. That's the question I should ask in another video, is how many people who voted for him are sorry that they voted for him. And yeah, I could use the Lennies for that. But anywho, so yeah, I feel like he's suffering humiliation because he's made an ass out of himself, going all over the world, and he's also not taking advice. He wants to defeat others, but he's being defeated himself. And bottom line, this is a card of loss. Like this is typical of like he who dies with the most toys wins. Like, no, that's not how it works. You don't win anything. You can't take anything with you, you dumbass. Oh, okay. Sorry. So when it comes to I was just thinking of the last time I saw it. I have these moments where I'm seeing things on TV. It's muted, but I saw him walking away, and the back of his head just made me think, oh, SpongeBob SquarePants on his head. And then I'm thinking, yes, it's an ass hat. But his head is looking more and more square. You notice that? Front or back, side, doesn't matter. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright position, on the level of health, it's not so bad, but it is going slow. It is determination. Whether or not it's upright or reversed, I see this because we don't ride around on horses nowadays. They're cars, trucks, SUVs. So I see this as, well, or tractor trailers if you're a trucker, but I see this as a black SUV. And this is one of the cards that could be a hired mercenary. So there's that. We'll just have to wait and see if there's something that's Okay, now also with the late in the evening, and I do these because I add these two cards because we know he stays up late or he gets little naps in between, and then we know that he's active in the middle of the night. Okay. So with the King of Wands, it did come through upright. When it comes to him, I'm wondering if because it's the Sun in Aries, I feel like something with his head. He's up. This is not a sleepy time card, especially to come through upright. So I'm predicting I could say that. I could say this and be right every day. I'm predicting he doesn't sleep tonight. And this card also is, very indicative of that. Four of Swords. So no healing at nighttime, no rejuvenation. It's get up and go at like 3 a.m. maybe, and he doesn't, And then also he's going bald, thus the SpongeBob SquareHead. And this is again anything that rules the head. Aries rules the head. So maybe even problems with his eyes. He might be having a lot of like eye twitching and stuff that bothers him. It's also a card of strokes, but usually only when it's reversed. But we know he's had some mini strokes in the past. We all of us readers keep getting that. All of us psychics, mediums, readers, we all keep getting that. I think. I don't know. I don't have time to watch anybody else, but I'm just going by what you tell me. Okay. So, actually, I do have a couple people that I watch Libby and I watch Lori. I've been watching Trevor when I get a chance. And other than that, it's about all the time I have time for. Seven of Cups on the level of health. He's like, oh, what drug's gonna work now? I mean, he's there's no way he's sexy. He can have as much gold bling, gold leaf all over the Oval Office, and he can have a gold throne, and it's still not going to make him happy. Nothing's going to make him happy. He can be winning. He can have some power. He can have the big houses and the resorts and blah blah blah. But he doesn't have himself, and he doesn't get under that veil of illusion to understand that all these other things are just, it's not ever going to make a person happy. Things won't make us happy. They'll make us feel safe. They'll bring us pleasure. But deep, true happiness comes from the inside, and he does not have that, which is why this figure is in the dark. That's why it's a black figure. So, okay, but it is Venus and Scorpio. So when it comes to health, he does have options. Okay? He does have options. If it were reversed, I would say he's running out of options, but he does have the best of healthcare. There's no one else on the planet, I don't think. I should take that back. The billionaires would have the same, probably, but they're not traveling around, I doubt, with a full-on medical unit and surgical center all the time. Then again, maybe they are. What do I know? Yeah. Okay. So now, if it were reversed, this would be like some serious infections and maybe some poisons, things that are hidden and hard to diagnose, and maybe some old, because Venus in Scorpio, maybe some old STDs coming up and rising up again, as we know he's had. I'm pretty sure he's had syphilis before, but it's penicillin knocks that out. Okay, let's take the two cards off the bottom. So we've got the Page of Pentacles and Temperance. Okay, so part of the foundation of the reading, but do remember that these two cards right here are the most important. So his hair's falling out. He's got nurse ratchets and doctors around him. And he's not resting. That's the most important thing. And we all know what that does to a person over time. But let's reinforce it with the Page of Pentacles reversed. And this is bad health news, or a younger person working on him that is not doing well himself, who's insecure, I suppose is a better way to say it. But this is also one of my cards for overindulgence, kind of like the Nine of Pentacles, and it's like, how can that relate? Well, when you think in terms of younger people and what they put in their bodies and what they do, they have to learn the hard way, like you can't do this, this, and this. Well, he just pushes it. He always pushes it because he thinks he can, get up over any problem. So I feel like, again, that he's bringing in things to his body that are not working well with him. And then with the Temperance card, this is, you can see, ruled by Sagittarius. So it's. This combination here could be an incorrect dosage. Like maybe this is because with the Pentacles, we could always look at them as being pills. They're round, and this could be somebody working at in any of the pharmacies that he gets his drugs from, and giving him the incorrect dosage. And then, another foundational part of the day is that his body's trying to balance out, and maybe it's not that it's too much, but it's not enough or something with this one. I'm not sure. But typical meanings with the actually this one would need to be reversed for it to really, for sure bring home the message that we've got an incorrect dosage going on. or a drug interaction going on anyways. But we know that he's not patient. We know that he's not moderate. We know that he doesn't care about, other people coming together with him. He just wants to tell everybody what to do. And it irks him when they don't do what he wants. But he'll keep trying things. But that's the thing when it comes to trying to read with the reversals and in any readings, no matter what, every once in a while we get a bad card flop. So maybe this was supposed to come through reversed, and if that's the case, then this is a card of getting transfusions, having deficiencies, gout, and it's the Temperance card reverse is one of my cards for, well, only one of the two, for grave illnesses that you don't really get out from under. You're just trying to manage it. But how does he do that when he doesn't have the correct dosage with medicine, or maybe he's given the wrong medicine, the wrong prescription? So, okay, but again, I don't have croaking cards here today. So, okay. I hope you guys are having have a good week, I should say. I'm doing this reading on Sunday, but I know you guys won't see it until Monday. Okay, bye.